What would you do if you were offered $1.5 billion for a job? 1.5 billion with a B. I know what most of you are thinking. You would scream, call your mom, say yes even before they finish the sentence. Because who turns down a deal like that? Well, someone just did. His name is Andrew Tulloch. He is an AI researcher, and recently Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg offered him a job that could have been worth up to $1.5 billion over 6 years. But Tulloch said, no thanks. Why did he do that? Well, that's what we'll tell you tonight. Our story begins with Meera Murati. She was the Chief Technological Officer of OpenAI. When Sam Altman was removed, she took his place. She became the interim CEO of OpenAI. This was for a very short while. Last year, Meera Murati left OpenAI, and this year she formed her own AI startup. It's called Thinking Machines Lab. Andrew Tulloch is a co-founder. A few months ago, Mark Zuckerberg reached out to Meera Murati. Meta has been revamping its AI team. They've been looking for AI researchers, so Zuckerberg made Murati an offer. He would buy her new startup. Murati refused. Then Meta reached out to Andrew Tulloch, and they made this eye-watering offer of $1.5 billion. I'm sure all of you are curious. What does an offer like this even look like? As I said, it's not for 1 year. It's $1.5 billion over 6 years. So you can do the math. That's around $250 million a year. And not all of this is in cash. This is not $1.5 billion as cash in hand. This includes stock options and performance bonuses. So if Meta soars, Tulloch would be richer. If it crashes, he would be left with far less. That was the offer. And even if Tulloch gets $100 million in hand, it's still a lot of money. So why did he say no? For multiple reasons. The first one, believe it or not, is mission, or so they say. Yes, money is important, but AI researchers often believe that the mission is bigger, that they're working on something big, almost like the Manhattan Project, the one that created the atom bomb. Also, the Thinking Lab Machines is worth $12 billion. Investors are pouring billions into the startup, and no one knows why. What they're building is apparently a secret and a well-guarded one. So that's one reason. The second one is culture. Places like OpenAI and Thinking Machines are deeply idealistic. They're flat structured. Everyone gets a say. Meta, on the other hand, is very different. There's a lot of office politics. Reports talk about ego clashes. So for some AI researchers, it's not a conducive environment. And the last factor is fatigue. Tulloch is not Zuckerberg's only target. He has tried to poach so many employees from the tiny startup that this feels less like a job offer and more like a siege. And that did not sit right with Tulloch. In fact, this is a remarkable episode, not just because of the pay package and the fact that it was rejected, but because of what it tells you about the AI ecosystem. Top talent is in short supply. There are only about 70 to 80 people in Silicon Valley, and there's a bidding war over them. They're getting contracts like top athletes. They have a lot of fan following. There are relentless recruitment campaigns. I guess all that's left is a Netflix documentary offer. Of course, none of this is new. In the early 2000s, networking engineers were gods. Then came mobile app developers. Now it's AI PhDs. And yet, this time feels a little different. Not because of the big money, but because of the high stakes. These engineers are not just building search engines, they're creating the most powerful technology humanity has ever imagined. Artificial General Intelligence, AGI. So can the AI world justify these salaries? Maybe they can. Whoever builds AGI first will control the world. If an AI researcher helps unlock that, then $1.5 billion might actually be cheap. Having said that, we are still years, if not a decade away from AGI. The AI world is bleeding money. Tangible profits are still a myth. Yet there's no stopping these companies. They will spend whatever it takes to win, because the prize this time is history.